It was a very busy week for all of us here at Plugged In. We went down to Azle. We attended the Burgers for Babies. And oh, yeah, it's Texas OU weekend. We have this and much more coming up on this edition of Plugged In, so stay with us.
Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Karen. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on Plugged In. I'm Jack. This is Karen. And we want to welcome you into Plugged In. We had a really busy week this
We
week.
did have a busy week.
Wow, we were kind of all over the place,
We
weren't we?
were. And before we get started, we had a couple of birthdays in our family that were milestone birthdays.
Yeah?
That would be my daughter, Crystal Lightbody. I won't say which one it is because she'll probably get mad at me. And then we had our granddaughter, JoJo,
Yeah.
who celebrated her Sweet 16 yesterday.
Yes, she did.
And
Yes, she
Crystal
did.
celebrates her big XO tomorrow. And I'm feeling really old, so you can put the numbers down if you want to.
No, I won't do that. But hey, last night we had a great time. We went to River Oaks,
River
Ranch in the Stockyards for our annual Burgers for Babies celebration. And we had a great time as we raised money for Cook Children's Medical Center. Some of the photos that was taken last night, there's Christopher Wright, who was the entertainer last night. And lots of folks showed up to bid on the auction items, Karen, and we just had a wonderful time. A lot of our clients were there and sat at the table with us. So it was a good time. Hopefully they
Yeah,
raised a lot of money.
and a lot of those pictures were taken earlier, right when it started. So as the night went on, it got more crowded and more crowded. And last year we did it, and we did it at the same place, and we did it in September,
Yeah,
and it was so hot
it
that
was that.
that they moved it to October and changed it to 5 o'clock, 5 to 9 instead of 4 to 8. But everybody had a grand time, and it was all for a great cause that we support every year.
Absolutely, without a
So
doubt.
it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot
And
of
we
fun.
enjoyed visiting with our past clients that we've worked with over the years, and it was fun.
Yeah, Christopher Wright was the entertainment last
Yeah.
night. He's a good old East Texas country boy.
Just like you.
Just like me, and is from Hawkins, Texas. So, Christopher, thank you so much for the entertainment last night. You were really terrific, and we appreciate it.
He really was.
We also took our roving cameras down to
We
Azle.
went out to Azle, and we visited with Terry Elder,
Yeah,
with Finesse Party and Planning Event. I
yeah,
think that's it. And I have to tell a funny story because I did the interview with her, and it took us 30 minutes maybe, or
Yeah.
a little less. So after we got finished with the interview, we went to have some lunch, and I went to the restroom, and I discovered I had given the interview with my pants unzipped the whole time. So I kept thinking, I'm feeling this little draft. And sure enough,
Uh-huh.
anyway,
There was an opening.
there it was.
So.
Just one of my little things.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and I know that there's a lot of you out there that's maybe planning a big birthday party or a big
Weddings.
wedding
Anniversaries.
coming up. These folks can help.
Oh yeah, they absolutely can. So
Yeah.
let's show you what Terry had to say.
Yeah, without further ado, let's go to this segment of All Around Town.
Welcome in everybody to another edition of All Around Town, and we got the greatest place in Azle. If you're planning a wedding or a special milestone birthday, we have the greatest store for you to take a look at, and that is Finesse Party Rentals. Is that the way you say it? And I am here with Terry Elder, the owner operator of this business. And welcome in, Terry.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with y'all.
Well, we're so glad to have you here and on our show. We try to promote small businesses, and today we're in Azle.
Yes.
And so tell me, Terry, what got you started in this business?
Well, I have a little bit of background I helped with some catering, and then I went to work at a wedding venue, the Orchard, which is here in Azle. So I worked there for about 4 years, then went out on my own into staffing and coordinating, and then that led me into the rental business as well.
Man, I think that's great. Jack and I, we have 3 girls, and we've been through 3 weddings, so we know the pain and suffering. Not suffering, but the pain and the money it takes to put on weddings.
Right.
We had one that got married like many years ago, which was the cheapest one, and then the other 2 came back to back, and so oh my gosh, it was just like ugh. So what kind of services do you supply to somebody that's going to be planning an event?
So I do day of coordination, which helps with the planning and just coordinating everything leading up to the wedding. But then on day of the wedding, I'm hands-on from the beginning to the end. Other services we provide are staffing. If somebody is not going a full service route for catering or they need help with decor, setting up and stuff like that, we can come in and do staffing. We can make their event a full service. We also do bartending, and then we do linen and dish rentals as well.
Very good, very good. So for people out there that might have a child or a granddaughter or a grandson that's getting ready to be married, how far in advance do they need to contact you?
So a lot of couples start planning their wedding about 2 years out. I don't need to be booked that far out, but a lot of them will book their venue at least a year and a half out. If you're just getting us for staffing, bartending, we usually don't come in till, about 6 months out. For coordinating a little, within a year. But it's never too early to start your planning and at least have an idea of what you need and where you're going to.
Exactly.
So,
But you don't supply the flowers or anything like that, the floral?
No, I tell people I don't cook and I'm not a florist. Anything beyond that I can do. If you are a DIY and you have made your own centerpieces and such like that, I can place them on the tables.
Right.
I can do minimal as far as if you want pieces on the arch or stuff like that, but I am not a full-on florist. But I can direct you to some amazing florists.
Right. So and this is going to be a funny question. So I was planning Jack's 70th birthday last year. I had no clue what to do. So I started looking around because if you have, 40 or more, and you're doing it at somebody's house or someplace, do you do porta potty rentals?
I don't, but I can direct you.
I'm just asking. I mean, because it's important that people know.
It's very important. It's very important.
I mean, I know that's a crazy question, but I promise you that if you're someplace that has 1 or 2 bathrooms inside a house,
yeah, that's right.
And they're on septic, especially, oh no.
Yeah.
That won't work.
But there are companies out there for that, and I can direct you to those.
I'm sorry, that was a funny question, but I had to bring it up.
Of course.
So we all have to go to the bathroom at some point.
That's right.
So you're in Azle.
Uh-huh.
So what service areas do you go to? Do you go way out to Dallas way? Are you?
I prefer not to go to Dallas, but we will go to Dallas. I kind of do about 50 miles out with no additional fee. Anything beyond that, there's a little bit of a travel fee. But just here in Parker County, Tarrant County, Parker County alone, we probably have about 40 venues at least.
Oh,
so
really?
Yes, I would say this is a big capital.
I'm sorry, that's a wowzer.
Yes,
I mean, that's a lot of venues for such a
it is
small area.
And there's more being built every day. So, and there's enough work to go around for everybody.
I bet. So I know we were talking earlier that you are in need of staffing some of your staff. So if you want to put a plea out there, like I guess you're needing bartenders.
Yes, we're always looking for new help. It's a fun job. It is. We're heading into October. October is wedding month in Texas. So we have a full month ahead of us. If anybody wants to, it's seasonal. So if anybody wants to make a little Christmas money, they can reach out to us, and we can put you to work.
Now, do you hire them hourly wage, or is it pure tips?
It's a contract labor position, so there are bartending. There generally are tips. Staffing, it's up to the client if they choose to tip or not.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, you go to those weddings, and the bartenders are tipped pretty well,
Yes, they are.
because, especially if you overserve. But
Well, we can't do that, but
well, sometimes you can't pace it because people are getting drinks for other people.
I know it.
Anyway, I mean, my one daughter had open bar, so it was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So the main thing is, how can they get in touch with you?
You can email me at info@finessepartiesandrentals.com, and you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're located on Main Street in Azle, at right next to Red's Famous Burgers, and across the street from El Paseo, which makes it tough on me because
No kidding.
when I'm up here, I gotta eat.
Yes,
So
ma'am, and Red's is good. So is El Paseo's.
yes, they're both very good.
Well, it was so good to have you on our show today, and I hope this will bring you a little bit of business if you
Yeah.
need it, and so good to meet you.
You too, and we love serving everybody in the Azle Lake Worth community, and would love for anybody to reach out.
Yeah. So give her a call if you're planning a party or a wedding or an anniversary or anything of that nature, and let her help you out, because let me tell you, it is so much easier to have somebody help you do that. Anyway, so glad to have you here. We'll be back in a few minutes. Talk to you soon. There you go.
Many thanks to Terry for allowing us to come in. We love to feature businesses in and around our area, Karen, because by shopping with our local vendors, you make our community a lot stronger.
Sure.
And you develop those great friendships that last a long time
And
too.
absolutely do. And our two daughters that got married back to back, one was in August and one was in October. It was just like,
Yeah. But thanks to Terry for allowing us to come in. If you have a business you'd like us to feature, just get in touch with us here at Plugged In, and we'll be happy to set it up. Got some interesting interviews coming up in the future.
Yep.
So we're excited about that, but we're always looking for more.
yeah, I
can tell
think
you that.
next week is Mike Mackey, and he's a big train
Oh,
enthusiast.
These,
And we're going to be visiting with him on next Tuesday, to get all the
huge
lowdown.
model railroad.
So if you're a model railroad train person,
Oh, you're
tune
gonna
in.
love this.
Yeah.
And he lives right here in Fort Worth.
Yeah, he makes a lot of his little bitty pieces with a
Yeah.
3D printer.
Yeah. and
It's
it should be
amazing what he
interesting.
does.
Well, that's not all that's going on. There's a lot of birthdays coming up in October, Karen, a bunch of them. And we ask you on our Facebook page, Powered Up and Plugged In, to give us the birthdays of those
And
that you know.
oh my gosh, there was a ton of them.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's pay
Happy birthday,
happy
everybody.
birthday to all of those celebrating a birthday in the month of October.
October.
Here they are. see my name.
And
up
I have
there.
to apologize to Tiffany Chestnut. She doesn't spell her name with a T, and I did. So I'm sorry, Tiffany.
Well,
I
that's the
forget.
way it is.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on this weekend. A lot of good football action. Congratulations to TCU for mauling Oklahoma last week.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oops.
they are going to be playing
Excuse me.
Kansas this week up in
Yes.
Kansas. And that's two unbeaten teams going at it. So that should be a good ball game. There's more information coming up for you. But first of all, if you want to know what your high school football team is doing this weekend, here it is.
And there's your high school action
Absolutely.
for the week.
And of course, the big thing that we're looking at, it's Texas OU weekend.
Hence our shirts.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm telling you, it's not as big as it used to be in downtown Dallas, but they've made them tone it down. But I'm telling you, it is a terrific, terrific game to attend. If you've never attended a Texas OU game, it's the state of Texas against the state of Oklahoma. And got to hand it to the Sooners. They have won 2 in a row or 3 in a row. But this year, we're hoping the Horns can come back.
Yeah,
And
they probably didn't hear anything you said because sometimes the music outshines the voiceover. But yeah, it's a big game coming up this weekend. I keep trying to get out of Jack where he wants to go watch it. And I've tried to search for Texas OU watching parties, you know.
we will find a place, trust me. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Hey, we told you before, if you want to get in touch with us with some information about your group, your club, civic organization, your business, or a person that you'd like for us to feature here on Plugged In, it's really simple,
Yeah.
Karen.
Yep. You just go to YouTube and search Plugged In.
Uh-huh.
And that's one of the ways. If you want to subscribe, you can.
Yeah.
Then we also have our Facebook group page, Powered Up. It's called Powered Up and Plugged In.
And you know, I had a question about that last night. How do you get there? It's easy. If you're on Facebook, just go to groups,
Yep.
click on groups, hit your search bar, and type in Powered Up and Plugged In, and our Facebook group page will come up. You can join us. You can join the conversations that we have there, or you can see our latest show featured there.
That's right. That's where we post most of our shows. They're on YouTube, but we do post them on our Facebook group
We
page.
certainly do. Or you can email them into us at pluggedin2024@gmail.com.
Right.
Just that simple.
All right.
It's been a lot of fun today.
It has been.
I have enjoyed it. It's been a busy week. Now all we need to do is to get my horns to send those boys back up north of the Red River with some crying towels. Yes. And that would just make my weekend. Oh, and congratulations to Cooper Rush for winning his 3rd straight game as a Cowboy starting quarterback.
That's right.
And they play Los Angeles this coming Saturday.
I'm thinking the quarterback position is going to be
Quite interesting.
interesting in the next few weeks.
Regardless of what the experts say. So, anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. We always tell you to be kind to one another. It doesn't cost anything to be nice, and that's what makes our community so special and the people here so special.
That's right.
They
We
take
do have
care
a
of
lot of
each other.
special people in our area. And I just want to say, hook 'em,
Absolutely.
guns up.
Excuse me while I go to bat. No, I'm kidding. They did beat us, so can't
Yes,
say
they did.
nothing. Can't say nothing.
That game, I just stayed silent.
Yeah. Until we see you again next week, everybody, God bless you. God bless our great country, the United States of America. And as we said, be kind to one another. It doesn't cost a single penny.
Not one penny.
Till we see you next week, be safe, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye.